The Great Wall Marathon in China is open to international participants for the first time. This is one of the hardest marathons in the world, and you'll soon see why. After a 3-hour drive north from the capital Beijing, you find the ancient village of Huangjiaguan, nestling in a valley by the Great Wall. Over 100 runners from all over the world have gathered here to try and conquer the Great Wall. The course is brutal, including the wall and an open desert valley where the sun will send the temperatures up to 43 degrees Celsius. At the Great Wall, 3,600 steps are waiting to be climbed. They'll run a total distance of 42.195 kilometers before crossing the finishing line.
I'm Lars, and I am Danish. I'm from Denmark.
My name is Kathy Loper, and I'm from San Diego, California. I haven't run a marathon in probably 10 years.
Well, I'm Sean Fishpool. I'm Deputy Editor on Runners World UK. I think other people would have to have very bad races for me to be in a position to win, that's for sure.
Running under these conditions will take its toll on their bodies.
It could be dangerous if you don't know your limits. If you're continuing, even though you feel you have chills while you're running, even though you can feel you are now getting very exhausted, in this situation you can fall down on the floor, on the ground, and you can be even more high temperature, which can cause the death in the end.
After the first 5 kilometers, the first group hits the wall. Risking injury on the uneven steps, a Chinese runner takes the lead. Not far behind, in 5th place, Lars chasing the first group.
I hope to be able to fulfill the race, to go through the whole race, because I've had a knee problem, because I've been doing too hard training. I'm going to get some acupuncture for my knee.
Well, I'm going to start off without any time targets, to be honest. That's 50 minutes into it. I'm going to try to do it maybe 8 or 9 minutes a run, 1 minute walk, just to give the legs a break. I just want to take some good pictures. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy the people that I'm with. See you later.
This part of the course lasts for 3 kilometers, including 1,800 steps, and they'll run this section twice, repeating it again at the 34-kilometer mark.
It's not just like running 26 miles on a street. I mean, this is such a different challenge. Okay, next time, I get the camera.
As they near the 8-kilometer mark, the fastest runners begin their descent. The amazing scenery definitely not on their agenda today. Lars maintains 5th position, 3 minutes behind Ziji Xiang, the Chinese runner, leading the race a minute ahead of number 2 and 3.
That wall was awesome. Nothing like walking it. When you're running it, boy, it feels different altogether. You start off with a plan of maybe running a few steps, and you find that you run about 6 steps and that's about it, so you walk the rest of it. And then the down, that's kind of hard on your quads, but it's also very hard on your mind as well, because you have to focus every single footstep. At least next time when we come to the wall, we know we've only got 9k to go, so the end will be in sight there. God, it's hot.
13 kilometers, the sun baking the runners as they hit the open desert valley, the heat streaming from their bodies.
Whenever I face a crisis in a marathon, I try to think of a word called sisu, which is a Finnish word for willpower, which means you just have to fight. There's no way out. You cannot go back. You just have to go on and continue. Sisu. Sisu.
I think the way I used to feel would be, if you just let me get through this one, I'll never do another one. And 3-4 months later, I'd be doing the same thing.
This is my 160th marathon.
And as he promised, Sean whips out his camera at every opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Every time I'm taking a walking break, these guys are filming me, so it looks like I'm not doing any running at all.
Zizi Sheng in the lead, now closely followed by the Dane Martin Steinbach. Lars holds on to his 5th position, but now 6 minutes behind. Sean, 30 minutes behind the leader. Kathy, almost an hour behind, is definitely not in last place, as there are runners stretched out almost an hour behind her.
I'm beginning to think this is looking like a 5-hour job. Oh.
With 23 kilometres past him, Martin Steinbach's the new leader of the race. The toughest stretch of the course yet to come.
I'm saying hello and hello to fewer and fewer of the locals as I go by.
It's brutally hot. There's gonna be the death march coming up that wall a second time.
28 kilometres, the temperature a sweltering 42 degrees. Steen, pushing himself hard over the last few kilometres, is now in 2nd place. The heat and the pain begin to take their toll as Lars continues fighting.
Instead of focusing on the fact that you're extremely tired, you can say to yourself, oh, that was 1 step more. Oh, 1 more step, 1 more step, 1 more step. Suddenly, you see the finish line.
At the 32-kilometre mark, Lars is dizzy, and the odds of completion are against him.
This ain't no fun. This is hell. It's a hard race. That's right. But I just hate to walk it. You cannot walk the marathon.
The leader of the race has now crossed the 34-kilometre mark, and the final leg of the punishing race is about to begin. The Great Wall, again.
A little bit tired, but, well, a lot tired actually. I feel like I'm on fire as well. But I seem to be passing a few people now. So I'm slowing down a lot, but not as much as the other guys.
We're just going to take those steps one at a time. Just one at a time. Woo! I'm still alive, my legs are still going, and you just know that you can keep going, that there is recovery, that you're going to, I guess some of us runners say that we'll rest when we're dead. Until then, we just keep going.
Very hard. Do not try this at home.
Well, I think the end is in sight. I'm just wondering how hard it will be to go down the hill. But if it's, you know, as long as I don't have to walk down the hill, then, you know, I can already feel that cold shower waiting for me. I hope. There are cold showers, I hope.
Martin Steinbach, at 37 kilometres, takes a long break at the water station and loses his lead. The new leader is Steen Habermann. But 1 kilometre later, Martin speeds up and takes back his position. 4 hours, 11 minutes and 29 seconds, Martin Steinbach wins the Great Wall Marathon 2000.
It's good, but I never do it again.
And while Sean begins the last 5 kilometres down the hill, most of the runners still struggle on the wall. The Englishman crosses the finishing line in 7th place, a triumph for his walk-run strategy.
God, if you just let me get through this one, I'll never do another one.
And as our thoughts wander over to Kathy, she crosses the finishing line. 5th place in a field where only 10 women finished the race.
Okay. You all right? It's very brutal. Very brutal. It's hard to heat train, and I think that was the main element today. You're beat, but we're done.
It's one of the biggest personal challenges a lot of people will face. I did it! Yeah! And some people want to do it because they want to prove something to themselves. Some people do it because they want to prove something to other people. Some people want to do it just to find out what happens, you know, and in a way I'm at that stage. I don't really feel the need to prove anything to anybody, so I can just go out and see what happens. The trouble is, once you've done one, you want to do more, so it's an ongoing thing.
Lars announces he'll definitely try again next year. And what of those that did finish the race?
Maybe next year. You gotta talk to me tomorrow. Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Come back next year. Definitely come back next year.
As sure as the Great Wall stands, the Great Wall Marathon will be there next year, the hardest marathon of the millennium.